Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another retro StarCraft replay for you guys. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to be indeed seeing a very unusual strategy here from Special against SERRAL. He's about to go for his Battlecruiser, so massive amounts of Battlecruisers. But yeah, the spoiler is there in the thumbnail, but let's just see what's going to happen until then, what exactly the build orders are going to be, as we have spawning here in the upper right. In the red, it is Special from Mexico. I believe he's currently living in South Korea. And yeah, his opponent here in the upper left in the blue, it is SERRAL from Finland. And as you can see from the thumbnail, SERRAL also opting to go for that mind control against those battlecruisers. So let's just see if it's going to work out either for SERRAL or Special, as the spawning here on year 0. So we don't have the new year 2023, we actually have year 0 here on this planet. So yeah, pretty standard open up here by Special with his barracks, with his supply depot and gas. Same can be said here for SERRAL, who is opting to go for a fast expansion, which is very likely going to be continued with gas and spawning pool. So yeah, Battlecruiser versus mind control, who is going to be the victor, and what is exactly is going to happen until then, we are about to find out what the options are going to be here for the players, what the first units are going to be. And yeah, of course, the Terrans are pretty much known for their medivacs, for their infantry. We're about to see, is Special actually going to be going for mass mech? Is he going for those aliens? Is he going for, of course, battlecruisers? Is he opting to go for some tanks, for some widow mines? We're about to find out what exactly he's doing. Currently just a Reaper here, so pretty standard stuff by him, setting the rally point straight towards this expansion. And yes, SERRAL also nicely opting to go out on the planet just to search for any proxy barracks here, but yeah, no such thing out of Special, as Special also opting to go for a fast expansion. So no factory yet for him, straight into fast expansion. So nice macro oriented game by him, a very greedy nice gameplay by him. Of course, he is trying to find out if SERRAL did indeed expand here or not. So this is exactly why this one Reaper is really important for him, as he's now moving here towards the expansion point. So the first Zerg is also out, the first Queen is also being produced, and yeah, as soon as the Queen is going to pop out, of course the Reaper is going to be sent back. But yeah, so he sees the expansion. Of course, he knows now that his own expansion is safe, as SERRAL is also preparing a macro oriented game. We also have another expansion here for SERRAL, so the pretty standard build order here for SERRAL, as well as he's spreading more and more of that creep. Let's check his main really quick. No tier 2 yet, of course. The money has been invested into this second expansion point. Let's just check Special here, and Special actually opting to go for another command center after his factory. So even a more greedier gameplay, of course, is going to uplift this command center and land it very nearby, either into that location or perhaps into this location. So very interesting build order here by the Mexican player, as he's now going for a starport. So he decides to go really heavily into that economic advantage, as the Reaper is still roaming around here. Quite interesting stuff by the Mexican player. And yeah, let's just check SERRAL once again, still joining up, still adding more and more of those queens. His second expansion point is about to get finished here. And yeah, Special with that nice greedy gameplay. Some Marines are out, of course, in case there are some overlords going to opt here come forward. We actually have a tech lab into this one starport, and there is that fusion core. So Special already preparing his battlefield, his battlecruiser fleet here. And notice that he only has those Marines out, no bunker for him. So of course he knows the build order from the Zerg. He knows, of course, that the Zerg pretty much pumping out now those drones, those queens. And yeah, let's have a look around. Already the 4-minute mark, so pretty soon the first battlecruisers will very likely be double produced here by Special. He also has some Hellions, so just in case there's an early aggression, or he might even try to attack with those 2 Hellions, but currently he's just closing the door. He really doesn't want to know what is going on for SERRAL, and the expansion is also not uplifting, so SERRAL very close by with his Zerglings. Yes, this is exactly why those Hellions have been added here for Special, just to close the door, just to not allow for SERRAL to get any vision. And there are those Marines here. So where the first battlecruiser is being produced, command center still hiding here, still producing more and more units, and pretty soon the first battlecruiser is going to get launched. And we also have Yamato gun Actually Yamato gun, not Yamamoto. So Yamato gun is also being researched here really fast for the Mexican player. As SERRAL still tries to punch here forward with his Zerglings, but yeah, no success for him. Still Marines on patrol, so Special with a very nice tactic here, protecting his fusion core, protecting his starport. But pretty soon I'm very sure he's going to launch, he's going to teleport, or either he's going to fly the battlecruiser towards this location or towards the other location, and yeah, then teleport him back. So let's have a look if this is indeed his tactic. The first battlecruiser is about to get finished. We have a small engagement here. Special might lose those Marines here, but the Hellions are nearby, so should be fine. There's the first battlecruiser. Perhaps he's waiting for Yamato gun to get finished. Perhaps he's waiting for another battlecruiser, or he's actually straight teleporting here forward to SERRAL. SERRAL being prepared with one spore. Some queens should be here as well, as Special now finally shows his aggression here. Shows the first battlecruiser killing a drone and also going for this one overall. But hold on, actually the first queen might get killed here. Yes, indeed, and Yamato is still available now, so no, hold on, it's still being researched. So pretty nice stuff at around the 6. If it was the 5th minute and 30-second mark, one battlecruiser already with 3 kills, 2 drones and 1 queen. Pretty nice stuff here by a Special. At the same time having really heavily those Hellions, and just in case some Zerglings are moving here forward. So nice stuff by him, as we also have some sort of a tornado here onto this one planet with some crystals. And yeah, more and more battlecruisers are being produced, and actually more and more factories are being produced. But SERRAL sees this, so he knows that it's very likely going to be the transition into some mech units. So we might see mass tanks, we might see mass hellbats. Let's have a look what exactly Special is once again opting for. He brings his battlecruiser back home. He wants to heal it, wants to repair it actually, but SERRAL not losing so much, just 2 drones, just 1 queen, as he's also spreading here his creep and his expansion. So of course the production tab is here. We see the first roach warrant, he might go for some Ravagers. Upgrades are also going out here for SERRAL, and we see the second battlecruiser being produced. Actually it's 2 battlecruisers already, and in comes the attack with Yamato gun, straight for those queens, straight. 2 drones have been killed, 1 queen here as well. So Special nicely inflicted damage. However, one of his battlecruisers are really low, so he needs to be careful not to lose this one. The second one pretty much on full HP, so he could have left that one. At the same time he's clearing those creep eggs on the ground. The Hellions, he might even try to snipe 1 queen. Yeah, those queens really tanky against the flames from the hellbats, and of course they can heal up. So yeah, more and more queens are getting added, so adds more and more of his units. The roaches are of course really strong against the hellbats, but at the same time the battlecruisers at home can of course inflict lots and lots of damage towards those roaches. So yeah, nice early game we have here, and Special might prepare another attack towards his opponent really soon, as the Hellions are still chasing those Zerglings away. Many Hellions indeed. He might go for hellbats, and let's have a look what exactly Special is going on for. Some tanks or another battlecruiser, so pretty heavily into those mech. He actually has 5 factories here, so the battlecruisers once again roaming around. Zerglings are still searching for the other expansion point into this location. At the same time the Hellions with the Cyclones are also moving out here, and yeah, the 2 battlecruisers once again are moving out as well. The third one is also coming back, so this time Special decides to fly over, not going to teleport. I believe he's going to save the teleport to come back, and we actually see the first mind control being used against these 2 battlecruisers. So the battlecruisers are now being attacked by the queens, but they do teleport out into a very strange position here, and mind control seems to be lasting like forever. So 1 battlecruiser is getting killed here. Perhaps he should have teleported into another location, perhaps here. At the same time we have an attack with just a couple of Zerglings, so 1 battlecruiser is getting killed here by SERRAL with a nice mind control trick by him with those infestors. Ravagers are also being added just to attack perhaps the 1 battlecruiser. So interesting enough, Special perhaps with a small panic move, just teleporting very close by. I believe he might have wanted to teleport here, but there were 2 spores already for SERRAL out, so quite an interesting game here we have in between the 2 pros. Mass mech it is indeed here for Special. against the swarm here from SERRAL. Lots and lots of Zerglings, Ravagers, and most important, those Infestors. Really important unit to have. Let's have a look. You might get a good SERRAL. The great fungal from above, and all of those Hellions are pretty much exposed now. They're pretty much surrounded, sorry, by SERRAL. So nice surround here. Great fungal from above, from this hill here. Really great map awareness here by SERRAL, taking out those Hellions. Quite a great engagement here for him, as he's now just moving out onto the map. Perhaps he's going to try to attack the newly established expansion here for SERRAL special, sorry. And here once again the Battlecruisers are moving out. You just need to be careful against those Infestors, but I believe this could be the target for special. He might try to Yamato the, look at that, we actually have a 1 Yamato versus 1 Ravager, so quite a great weapon to have here for special, as he's luckily here finding the worm from SERRAL. So pretty good stuff. Even the 4th Battlecruiser is joining here the attack. At the same time, another Nidus Worm here for so SERRAL pretty much engaging with everything he has, sending out those Zerglings on the ground. This expansion is pretty much exposed. Let's see, Special is going to try to come back, or he has some units here nearby. He has some Hellions, so yeah, at the same time he's attacking with those Battlecruisers, 4 of them, and he might try to use Yamato gun against this one hatchery, going straight for those spores, really inflicting lots and lots of damage against SERRAL here. Lots and lots of damage indeed against the hatchery as well. At the same time, nicely defending here, but there are roaches. The roaches are pretty good, pretty tanky against all of those Hellions, and yeah, you can see one Hellion after the other sadly falling here for Special. So Special might try to teleport back with some Battlecruisers, as here now we even have the swarm hosts for SERRAL. So SERRAL pretty much nicely transitioning into other units. We see a great attack here with those swarm hosts, with the locusts in the air, and you might try to kill as many units as possible. 8, even 9 SCVs have already been killed, so quite great stuff here by SERRAL. Nice transition by him. Infestors and swarm host it is going to be here, and even some bored roaches just to inflict more economic damage against his opponent. So yeah, even the swarm hosts are now flowing here. So but look if Special is going to be ready to kill this one Nidus Swarm. The swarm hosts are of course pretty much exposed. He needs to bring up some backups, but at the same time Special is nicely teleporting here forward. So SERRAL just launches those eggs, and yeah, the Battlecruisers will of course take care of the rest. So nice stuff here for both players. Locusts are falling left and right, but some units might drop here as well. At the same time the Nidus Worm has been killed, but yet another Nidus Worm, so massive amounts of Nidus Worms here for SERRAL versus his opponent. As income actually 5. Actually we have 6 Battlecruisers, so quite a strong force, but at the same time SERRAL decides to attack here with his Banings in the front. Even some Battlecruisers here in the back, so 8 Battlecruisers currently, quite a strong fleet to have here for Special against his opponent. Look really nice in red here, and he might very soon try to teleport, or he might try to attack on 2 different fronts really soon. Some Hellions are pretty much exposed. They will eventually fall. And let's have a look, even some Locusts are once again getting launched from a Nidus Worm. Very lucky. This Locust here are pretty much exposed, so Yamato gun really inflicting lots and lots of damage here against those worm hosts. So nice pickup here for Special against those units from SERRAL. Really nicely taking them out, and I believe he's saving a teleportation really soon with a massive amounts of Battlecruisers, but he needs to be careful not to get, of course, mind controlled by those Infestors. So, and we even have some Corruptors. So this is the reaction for SERRAL, massive amounts of Corruptors. And let's have a look. One Battlecruiser already taking some damage. Yamato gun has been used, but now we have bundles. Now we have the fireballs from the Ravagers, just massive amounts of splash damage. Even mind control has been used, so especially in some serious trouble, trying to teleport out of danger. Kills those Infestors with Yamato gun, but still some Corruptors are here left alive, and I don't know if this tactic is going to work out. More and more Corruptors are joining here the attack, and sadly here for Special he has lost quite a large number of Battlecruiser, as he has to teleport back home, and at home he's just going for some Cyclones. More and more Battlecruisers, more and more Hellions, but his expansions are now pretty much exposed, so quite a hard game here for Special versus his opponent. SERRAL winning that fight. Of course he lost some Infestors against Yamato gun, but in the end those Fungals were really strong, and the splash damage out of the Ravagers. Also really great, and he still has some Swarm Host. And he's still sending out some units here towards the bases from Special, so nice job here by SERRAL. And at the same time he's also expanding all over the map. Pretty soon his expansions will of course be depleted, as he will be sending out the units into the next expansion points. And we have yet another Nidoswarm, so SERRAL pretty much looks like he's going to focus all of his army towards this location over here. At the same time, sadly for him, he doesn't really pay attention with those Swarm Hosts. Once again, they're pretty much exposed, and he's going to lose some of them, actually mostly of them, only one being left alive. And yeah, now he's just trying to surround, pretty good surround here versus those Cyclones. So nice job by SERRAL once again, as he's attacking on two fronts here with those Banelings. And here into this location, let's have a look at those Banelings. But a nice micro here by Special, taking out those SCVs out of one, but they're still pretty much clumped up together, so SERRAL might take him out. So Special sadly not paying attention here. 12 SCVs have fallen, and the command center needs to be rebuilt here, retaken by Special. So Special with a little bit of a small reaction. At the same time, SERRAL once again moving forward. There is a tank, and not that many units will be killed here, luckily for Special, as the tanks are being left here behind to defend. And Special is still really strong onto those Battlecruisers. Massive amounts of Battlecruisers for him. Yeah, let's have a look if this is indeed going to work out for him. A massive amount of mech units, Hellions, Cyclones and tanks at home to defend. What exactly is going to happen here? The economy looking really strong for both players. Both players are pretty much maxed out, as once again Special prepares another attack with quite a strong amount of Battlecruisers. I believe it is 11 to 12 Battlecruisers here, so really a strong force, picking up unit after unit here. Even Yamato gun once again being used. So nice job by him. Somehow SERRAL being sneaky, bringing some Zerglings here forward. He's going to be able to kill those SCVs really soon. At the same time, yet another task force here for SERRAL. So with just a small amount of Zerglings, he's being able to inflict so much economic damage here against his opponent. 6 SCVs have been killed, and here's also some damage happening, so the SCVs have to fight for their life. So quite a nice job, as we're closing in towards the 20-minute mark. Still anyone's game. Special just needs to be careful against those infestors, needs to be careful not to be bungled by SERRAL, not to be mind controlled by SERRAL. So I believe he's saving the Yamato gun for those infestors, but there's also so many corruptors in the air, so he might try to transition in towards some Cyclones really soon. Let's have a look. Special is deciding to attack with that massive fleet. Battlecruiser versus his opponent. 3 drones have been killed, some spores, some spines. At the same time, SERRAL is counter-attacking with the SCVs, with the Ravagers. And yeah, in comes Special once again. He has that teleportation still available. He's going for the hive very soon. He might try to Yamato gun it really soon. Let's have a look if this is indeed his option. No, he's actually going for the Corruptors. Nice Yamato gun, and just teleports out of danger. So great stuff. If he continues doing this, he might have a chance, a really strong chance, just inflicting pain towards SERRAL, just Yamatoing the Corruptors, the units. But he will also have to take out the newly established expansion, so he might try this, just going forward, just Yamato gun the hatchery and just teleport out, just kill some drones. I believe this is his tactics here, but there are so many Corruptors, so many infestors, and of course SERRAL will establish the defenses into his newly established expansions here. So also really important. He even has some spores out. So yeah, quite a hard game for both players. Still in one's game, of course, as now Special decides to play it a little bit more defensively with his massive amounts of Battlecruisers here, backed up by some Cyclones. And let's have a look. SERRAL is very nearby, but yeah, the fleet is also here for Special, so of course he's going to be able to push this back. At the same time, the spores are slowly but steadily moving forward. The infestors are pretty much full in control now, and they're actually using mind control, using the Yamamoto. Everything is pretty much under attack here. The Corruptors are nicely attacking the Battlecruisers. Special try to micro them out of danger, but yeah, that mind control and that fungal was really strong. The CVs are trying to come here forward to repair, but so many Corruptors are still being left alive. And at the same time, one Battlecruiser after the other has been killed here. So nice job by SERRAL in the end. Yamato gun has been used against the infestors, but yeah, it's just way too many Corruptors being still left alive. And sadly here for Special tactics with those Battlecruisers didn't work out. At the same time, we also have an attack here being prepared with some Zerglings, with some The Ravager is there, so really nice attack here by SERRAL. And SERRAL just showing us the importance out of those infestors. That fungal was really strong. Mind control also really nice, and now he's even vomiting onto this one planetary fortress. So nice usage out of those corruptors. Massive amounts of vomit onto this one planetary fortress, and now the floodways are pretty much open as SERRAL is going to be able to push here forward against his opponent. Still, some battlecruisers are pretty much alive. He did save with a good number of them, but yeah, quite a hard engagement for special as he has lost so many battlecruisers. And yes, SERRAL just showing us once again the importance out of those infestors. Fungals really strong against any air units, even against the Protoss fleet, and against carriers and tempests and void rays. So yeah, infestors of course the counter against the air fleet of your enemy, and yeah, mind control against battlecruisers really strong as well. As yeah, special tried to Yamato gun them, but in the end some infestors were still being left alive. So let's just see if special is going to be able to come back. Roaches are in the front once again. A nice fungal. Special on the retreat a little bit. Perhaps going to try to counter this attack with a teleportation with those battlecruisers really soon, as the command center is taking quite some damage now, even out of roaches and out of corruptors. So let's see what the next moves are going to be. As you can see from the timer, slowly but steadily we're closing in towards the end of the game. Special tries to snipe some of those creep eggs on the ground. He still has quite a large amount of army here, so at the same time SERRAL also needs to be careful. He is of course banking once again onto those infestors here. This is his opponent, and we saw how strong a fungal can be, but this time the infestors are pretty much exposed, so Yamato gun could inflict quite some damage against those infestors. Of course that will be the first target. A nice fungal once again. Special decides to clump up his units together. Great fungal once again. Mind control now being used, and sadly here for special it was just way too many units clumped up together here, so an easy target for the infestors from SERRAL once again. So yeah, SERRAL pretty much showing us the counter towards massive amounts of battlecruisers, just mass fungals with mind control, and of course some corruptors. Pretty nice game, a retro replay. I believe it has been played in 2017, 2018 once again. Nice game here for both players. So yeah, in the end, of course, SERRAL proving to be a little bit too strong, but a very interesting strategy. Mass mech for special for the Mexican player. Mass battlecruisers, quite a sight to see. Really strong unit to have. Perhaps it would have been nicer for him to abuse those battlecruisers more, just to fly them over towards those expansions, but of course it's really hard to attack the economy and then just teleport back and just keep doing that. But yeah, special with a nice tactics. SERRAL in the end proving to be a little bit too strong thanks to his infestors, thanks to the fungal and mind control. So yeah, once again I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast. We'll be seeing you of course in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.